Rebecca L. Mahan, and I was just interviewed on the Keith Andrew Network. And I've got to tell you, the interview was fantastic. He is amazing. You've got to check out the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Keith Andrew, the one and only Keith Andrew, and you're watching, that's right, the Keith Andrew Network. Today on the show, I have Rebecca Mahan, the one and only talented and beautiful Rebecca Mahan. I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Thank you for having me.
Now, the honor is all mine. Now, the first thing I want to say is for people who want to know what my talk show is about. Whole point of my talk show, if you can pick it up because we were fighting with Skype off the air, the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be. You need to prove to them is to amount to something. So that being said, half hour, 3-4 minutes every time. Say anything you want, freedom of speech, self-expression. I know we talked about it yesterday how I'm not trying to be the next Howard Stern. I'm more of a Bill O'Reilly fan and Bill Maher. So I have like the professional shirt like Bill O'Reilly, but I try to have the personality of outgoing like Bill Maher. Those are two people who I'm trying not to idolize. But also what my dad said to my sister today is do not try to be someone you're not. Be yourself. And I was thinking, you know what? Yes, I did mention Bill Maher and Bill O'Reilly, but I want to be the first me.
Beautifully said.
No, absolutely. So the first question I was going to ask you is, what caught my interest is, number one, I want to say thank you for your service. And how long were you a veteran for?
Thank you. Oh my goodness. To tell you how long I've been a veteran now, I'm going to have to go back. I mean, officially, I was released from service in 1996. I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in 1988. I went to boot camp in 1989, and I was activated I enlisted as a reservist, like I said. I was activated for Desert Shield and Desert Storm. I did not go overseas. I was stationed in Yuma, Arizona. And when you're a reservist, you signed an 8-year contract. And so they are able to take you and call you for your time anytime they want during that 8 years. So it's 6 active reserve time where you go and you serve your duty once a weekend, one weekend a month, 2 weeks out of the year. But sometimes you can go more often than that. I will tell you that happened in my case. And so with as much time as I served going in for those days, I should have just went straight active duty. But at any rate, it was one of the best things I've ever done in my life. So since then, I can't tell you how long I've been a veteran because the years are going by way too fast, but it's been a very long time.
No, like I said, it's a real honor and privilege to have you as a guest, and I'm just very thankful of your service. My grandfather actually served in the Army. He was deployed and drafted during World War II.
Oh, wow. That is an honor as well.
No, it's what people say, one of the greatest generations.
Oh, yes. Yes. And I think I read recently that one of the last the World War II veterans recently passed away.
Yep, I heard that a while ago, though.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but time is passing by very quickly. And like I said, I mean, counting the days or the years, it just goes by too fast. And so, yeah.
No, it does. There's 2 things you can't outrun, unfortunately. Stupidity and time.
It's true.
So the next
That's pretty good, Keith. Oh my goodness.
so the next question I was going to ask you is, I saw in big bold letters that you were a public figure, and I saw also you were a book author, talk show host, executive producer, and media personality, obviously. Plus, like we were talking about, you were a peace officer and veteran. But the one thing that we talked last night on the phone about, and that really caught my interest, is you are a public figure and you have your own talk show. And what can you tell us about that?
Okay, so being a public figure is that you can be out in the media. And so, in essence, I have my own television show on the TLB TV network. And I also do a lot to assist in ensuring that the TV shows get put on the network. And so we have now expanded globally. Our print part of media has been in existence for many, many years, almost a decade. And we are global in that aspect. We're now moving our TV shows to a global aspect as well. We're getting ready to go to TLB TV Scotland, and it's in the works for Canada. And so we are branching out that way, and I am now executive director of global media and public relations. And so I am being entrusted with ensuring that the TV shows get put in the right spot in those locations and that it functions smoothly. What's really nice about it is that it's something that I do as a passion of mine. It's a volunteer position, and it's fabulous. Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny you should mention Canada, England, and all those other fun states and countries, actually. But it's funny because I got in people from Canada, England, Germany. I'm later on today having a guy from England who's also Italian. I got one person from Japan. I covered New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Chicago, upstate, downstate. You name them, I'm pretty much globalized. I haven't said that in a long time. But because I covered and interviewed everyone from Canada and England, I think, yes, I am pretty much globalized.
And, it's really a neat thing to be able to do that. The internet has given us an opportunity to really expand our resources and connect with people. It's really a fun thing when you think about it. When you have a passion for something, you're able to get that message out to a very wide audience, and it gives you a lot of joy to be able to do that. I really love the ability to not only share my message, but connect with people. It's something that, like I said, it just brings me a lot of joy to be able to do that. And being able to connect with you, you're way away from me, and here we are talking face to face. And growing up in my day, you would have never been able to do that. So, pretty neat.
No, I give you a perfect example. I was in the class of 2006. That's when I graduated. And I used to talk to my brother, on a messenger. There was yes, there were webcams, but there was nothing you could record a conversation with unless you actually, physically held a camera, record a computer screen. I think Skype came out about 2008, but still, you weren't able to record. There's another one called, I can't pronounce it, it's ECAMM, and that's who I work with, like ECAM.
Okay.
And that's what I'm using right now to record. And I realized they came out about the same time as Skype. I'm like, well, too bad I wasn't doing my talk show then, and, because long story short, and I told you yesterday, and I give my viewers this, I haven't done it in a long time, when I did season 1, this is the video comedy you saw. Let's see if I can actually do it right.
Okay.
And
I
There you go. So as you see
I see
yourself,
it. I
so
see it.
pretty much this is what the camera picked up from the phone. Don't ask me why. It's a whole process. I recorded from the. I tried doing the part of my disability. I hesitate. I wanted to work with Blog Talk Radio. I tried to do phone conversations. I still have panic attacks and social anxiety. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I enjoy doing this. Why am I spazzing? So I said, okay, do it. Someone else said to me, do it over, but try a different format.
Okay.
And so that's when I got myself a camera, and this was the base. I wasn't using the computer screen. So season 1, that's what you saw. I did not want to be seen. And then season 2 was here's the camera, and hang on, here's the camera, and it records you again, and I'm in the little box. And I went, all right, because I didn't want to be seen. Someone said to my brother, oh, I came across your friend's face video. I find it very interesting. My only concern is why is he hiding in a corner? Because I was in the little box. So I went out and I tried to look for something like this. And that was about, let's see, I did season 1 from 13 to 14 from the phone. Then was 14 to 15 from the computer screen. So about at least late 15 up to now, I'm using Ecamm. So it's cut in half. I'm supposed to be where you are, but Skype is idiotic, so they flipped it for God knows why. Keep telling them to fix it, but we will see what happens. So now it's perfect. I went from hiding. I went like this. I did not want to be seen to I was hiding. Now I am want to be seen, and I have diarrhea of the mouth. I don't shut up. This is who I am now. So you see over almost 6 years, you saw the process from the phone, recording from the phone, from the computer screen, and now the Skype recorder. So it is a big process, and the videos that I do want to give you, I will rewatch and edit them if anything. You don't see me, you only see my guests. So if you just want to do like a recent version, like we just skip season 1 and 2 and go into season 3 where it's like this, then it's doable to like an actual talk show instead of looking at something like this. I'm like, what the hell am I even watching?
Sure.
What is that, a phone he's using? Like
sure.
how primitive is he? I mean, because no one ever taught me this. I did everything myself.
That's a good thing. And being able to do things and learn things on your own shows you how intelligent you are and your perseverance. Those are things that allow you to build your confidence and can, you keep moving forward. And it's an amazing feeling to have. You gain so much in all of this. And so that's a really incredible story that you have. Being able to go in a 6-year period to where you're at now is a big deal. And now, just imagine what you're going to do in the next 6 years as you continue moving forward in all of these steps, because you can do anything you want to do. And it may not be right today, but as long as you keep moving forward, you can get there.
No,
you just have to never give up. Never give up.
No, that's my motto. Never give up and prove people wrong. And like I said yesterday back at the conversation, this is what I want to do until I am dead. Until I'm 6 feet under. I'm not saying that to be cute. I'm not saying that to kiss your ass. I'll give you an example. I don't really wear necklaces when I'm home. But when I do go out and work, I always wear this around my neck. It's the KeithAndrewNetWork, the symbol. It says 2013. And I wear this wherever I go, and that shows you it isn't just a prop. It's a badge of honor. And when someone takes a shot at it, it's actually taking a personal shot at me because this is what I want to do. I've been, like I said yesterday, and I don't mean to go on this big tangent and I'll pass it over to you. I've been on radio. Not actually in the studio, but I called in. I've been on the Mark Melanie Reading Circle. I've been on L.A. Cooper's Talking Out Loud. I've been on Diane Chickies. If I'm pronouncing her last name wrong, I apologize. I've been on Diane's show in Canada. I've been on a couple other shows. And if you go to my Facebook fan page, actually, you get to see two of my video interviews like this, where I was interviewed by Susan Brenner, and where I was interviewed by another woman, can't think of her name. And, I am getting exposure, but what I really want, what I'm very passionate is, I want to actually get up and sit with you in person. I want to work, because it gives me people skills. Because
Sure.
this whole thing, a long time ago, I wasn't who I was now. Now I have diarrhea in the mouth. I can't shut up. So now I have a reason to approach people. I have a reason to talk to them. And having the chance to be on, Fox News, CNN, Good Morning America, or even podcasts in person, that's what I want, because I want to feel comfortable sitting there in person. You said to me, what if we give you like a dog with a bone? If I throw you a steak, say, okay, you're gonna talk in front of 30 people, are you going to do it, or are you gonna, spaz? Probably I'm gonna spaz, but I will kick myself in the ass and say, here's my opportunity. This is my time. I'm in charge. So you can see the excitement, because it's hard to explain. I really want this. This is not a show. It's just not a front. I'm not a con artist. This is really, if I was a ball of energy, I would be bouncing around the room right now, because this is really what I wanted. And I can't say that enough.
I love it. I love it. This is wonderful. And that's what you have to have. You have to have passion. And you have to have that desire to go after what you want. And, there's some people who, they kind of want something and they don't really go after it, or they start to and they give up, because not everything comes super quick. There is somebody very famous that went and did something like 214 auditions, and they were all no's. Could have easily given up. But the next interview he did, he landed it and got a major role, and after that became very, very famous. So you can't give up. But you also have to expect that you're going to get rejection. You're going to be in competing with people who are wanting and hungry for the same type of attention or having the same type of goals. And in the industry field of media or entertainment, there's so many people that are seeking it. And what's amazing is you have your own special niche here. And that's what's going to set you apart. And I absolutely love it. This, I think, is fantastic.
Do you think I'm good enough to be on national TV, or at least getting myself out there more?
I think you can get yourself out there more. I think that this is going to be fantastic. You just got to keep moving forward. Go for it. Go for it.
Now, my other question, and then we're going to take a quick commercial break, is what you can tell us about your network? Because you told me about it, but you want to air all my episodes. So our viewers out there, what can you tell us about that?
Okay, TLB TV is a network that allows TV show hosts to have their own landing page, and they are able to broadcast their shows and whatever their passion is about. So, for example, your goal is to be able to prove that people and encourage people that have disabilities or special needs or whatever the case is, that they can get out there and do that. And that is something that's really important. And so we would love to have your show on our network so that people can go and see what you have accomplished and be an encouragement so that other people can see that they can, whatever it is, whether they want to do a TV show, that would be great, or whether they can do other things, but you're showing them that if they have something that they want to do and they want to achieve, that they can do it. And so that's what our mission is allowing people to be able to share their message. That's what it's about. Here's the thing, though. Whether it's print media or TV, we want our media hosts and writers to tell the truth. And the stuff has to be able to be vetted. And so if it can't be vetted, the writers and the host of the show and their guest or whatever, they have to be able to say, well, really, this is my opinion. Because we do not want to be an organization that is perceived as fake media. There's too many other organizations out there that are labeled as fake media because they are. And and they bring too much fluff and they're too deceptive and they're leading people in a direction that they shouldn't. The idea about media is to provide facts and let people be able to decipher for themselves what's going on, and they can make an educated decision for themselves what they choose, what they want to do, what the choices they want to make for their own personal life. We all do not have to have the same choices. That's what makes us mesh together very, very well and balance things out. So that's what we do. And we don't charge our TV show hosts airtime. We don't charge anything for our hosts to have a show on the network. Our goal is to help people get their message out there. And that's what we love to do.
No, absolutely. Now we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to ask you one more subject, and I'm going to pass the show over to you.
Okay.
Williams. This is Vanessa Lina. Asian Lalo.
Michael.
This is Cynthia Bass today.
I'm Sonia Fisher. This is Shane Smith.
My name is Alexandra Bowie.
My name is Amelia Clover.
Hi, I'm Amy Linden.
Hi, I'm Anita Nicole Brown.
It's Meg Green.
Hi, my name is Asata Caldwell.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brooke.
Hi, I'm Bryn Berg.
Hi, I'm Casey Dunn.
Hi, it's Cassandra Kubinski.
Hi, I'm Christina Briza.
I'm Cindy Hogan.
I'm Courtney Sinello.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
My name is Deborah Jane East.
Hi, my name is Dinah Maasea.
Everyone, I'm Victoria London.
Hi, I'm Heather Crona.
Hi, I'm Heather Callahan-Stevens.
Hi, I'm J. Nicole Ralph.
My name is Jamie Petrell.
My name is Julie.
My name is Julia Brankovic.
Kathleen Wills.
Kimberly Amano.
Hi, my name is Laura Putnam.
Hi, I'm Laura Chapanis.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Damas.
This is Michelle Mupo, a.k.a. Fuchsia.
I'm Rachel Olivera.
Hi, my name is Sarah Joy Mount.
Hi, I'm Susan Brender.
Hi, everyone. This is Venus Leone.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Dana.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Herrera, and I was just on the Keith Andrew Network. It was tons of fun. We used up all our time and then some. I really recommend this show, and try to be a guest on Keith's show. It was super
fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Keith Andrew, and welcome back to our episode. I'm here with, I keep saying Kerrigan Mayhem. Kerrigan Mayhem's a good friend of mine. Can't wait to have him on the show. But I'm here with Rebecca Mayhem. You have your own network, and I can't wait to plug it. And if you have any if you have any promos and commercials, I would love to work with you. I do have a disability, and I know I just sound like Porky Pig, but I'm easily distracted. I do like shiny things, actually. But anyway.
Well, the crows do too, don't they?
It's true. And they're supposed to be really smart.
So, that should tell you something.
It's true. Actually, tell you real fast, the smartest animals alive, it goes whales, elephants, whales, dolphins, elephants, crows, and bees.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, you learn something new every day, right?
I love it.
Now, the first thing I'm going to ask you, and then I'm going to pass the show over to you. With everything you accomplished in your life, are you satisfied? And how do you feel about social media? Do you think social media can make you or break you?
Oh boy. Okay, so let me start with everything I've accomplished. So this is kind of interesting because I have really done a lot in my life. Education-wise, I have 7 degrees, and I enrolled in a doctorate program. It's you can go at your own pace, and I haven't really pursued it, but I've continued on to get other certifications in between. So with that, I've done other things on the work side. I've achieved a lot there too, and it's really funny because I've always worked like 2 jobs or 2 and 3 jobs or 2 jobs and going to school and raising my daughter at the same time, and I've always been very busy. So I don't think I will ever be satisfied because growing is always learning. And I can have all these degrees and I can have all these accomplishments, but those are things that I have already done. You see, and those are just things that are equipping me for things that I need to do. So you can hang all those things on your wall and that's great, but those are stepping stones to things yet to come. So no, I am not there. And I have some things that ended up holding me back. I have some medical things that ended up having me to retire from my profession. And so now I found joy in doing what I do with media because I can set my own schedule and do it when I'm feeling good. So, I kind of have disability like you do. A little bit different, but yet the same. So I can identify with some things with you. But I can't stop learning, and I can't stop trying to be a good, productive member of my community. Whether it's the internet community, my community around me, in my household, or whatever. And I just got to do the best that I can. Addressing your second question, though, all right, let me talk about social media because it's really a double-edged sword. It can really build someone's social status. And a lot of really good information can be disseminated and get into the hands of those who really need it. It can provide great resources. It can be a great tool for someone. It can, especially, I just interviewed someone here on my show. The recording won't come out for just a little bit, but I interviewed somebody on my show, and she has resources that are going to be available for people that deal with autism on the spectrum and developmental disabilities. And she's in the Los Angeles area, but she's got resources that are unbelievable. And the thing is, without that social media and without getting the information out on the show that's going to broadcast everywhere, those resources are not available, so nobody knows about it, right? This way, it's going to get spread, and someone's going to be able to have a better life because the resources are available and they got to them and they were able to use them. Okay, with that, now we'll look at the other side of the coin. One social post that is not good can ruin, it can completely cripple somebody's career. It can damage their personal life. It can completely destroy their world. One post. Even if all the 5,000 posts that they had before that were the most fabulous thing ever. So, anyone that's utilizing social media needs to stay abreast of everything that's going on with their social media accounts. They need to make sure that if they're posting something, it isn't something that's going to be harmful to them, because even if they delete something, it is still on some server somewhere. And employers check social media accounts to see if that person's reputation is going to tarnish their reputation. Because when you work somewhere, you represent that particular company. Not only that, but if something is being posted, it can be very indicative of a way a certain behavior is going to be displayed in the workforce. And so some employers may choose not to hire somebody based on that, even if it's deleted. So I will say social media can be a good thing, but it can be a very not so good thing either. And I'd like to say healthy and unhealthy. So social media can be healthy, social media can be unhealthy. And also on the negative side for the younger generation, there is also massive bullying that happens in social media. And unfortunately, we've seen cases where social media has been so damaging that you have had young children take their life from it. So really, parents that are allowing their children to utilize social media, they need to be monitoring that. And if they have said that their children cannot use social media, they better be checking, because a lot of children do it I'm going to say discreetly, but that's a little bit, that's the nice way to put it, you know?
No, I give you an example that we can talk off the air. Is my hero and idol, Bret the Hitman Hart. To make a long story short, I don't know if he ever smiled at anyone when he first got there, but when I got there, his head was down. He was sign pass. So I made up my mind. And my dad's like, you believe this guy? We're online for 2 hours. He's not acknowledging anyone. He's just signing and passing. I made up in my mind, I'm going to get him to look at me no matter what. Even if it's a good response or a bad response, I will make him look at me. If you're all signing autographs, I will make you look at me, either one way or another. So we were getting closer, and my 2 brothers went ahead. Nope, no response. And I got annoyed because my brother in front of me, I thought it was him who grabbed the Bret Hart autograph that I had and started pulling it forward. So I put like a death grip on it. And then I realized it was being pulled to the side. And I turned and I didn't let go. And I guess he saw my hands. And he dropped the pen. Well, he put it down anyway. And I thought, and it's funny because I told him the story in 2010 when I called into his talk show. I thought he was going to say, hey kid, do you want me to sign this or not? Instead, he stopped. He looked at my tiny hands. I was like 5 or 6. He looked right at me, and he smiled. That little moment, that moment right there, means everything. I'm 31. It still means everything to me. And a lot of people make fun of me because I try to befriend people. You know, everyone on my line, you know, it doesn't matter if it's kids, if it's parents, people who are in their 80s. I am a friendly person. So if you give me respect, I'm going to give it right back to you. Hey, my name's Keith, Keith Andrew, very nice to meet you. I make a joke. I make sure that you leave happy. If you give me a personality of a stump, then, well, my grandfather used to say, I lost my hands with you. But every time some customer got on my line, doesn't matter if it's a kid, all the way up to someone in their 80s, I purposely made a difference in their lives. Doesn't matter as it's, hi, how are you? Or ask for like a fist bump. You know, I do things that make a difference. Now, I know that sounds creepy. A lot of people think it's dumb. But the reason for that is Bret Hart had an impact on my life. And I'm trying to do the same thing when I pass away, I want to make an impression on someone else's life.
I love that. I feel the same way, because if you can change just my thing has always been, if I can just change or touch one person's life, that means something. And I love people, and I know that my purpose is to help them, and that's what I do, and I just love it. I can't. That's what I do.
No, absolutely. I know you have to go, and I do want to ask you a question or so off the air about wrapping up. When I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your? Actually, you approached me. When actually was it me or you? I don't remember. And the hell was it? But when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your first reaction? And after being a guest on the show, do you have high hopes for me? And would you recommend it to other people?
I was really excited to be invited as a guest on your show, and after I've had an opportunity to talk with you, I am very impressed, and I think that you have the ability to do very, very good things. In a lot of ways, actually. I am actually thinking of several different things that you can be doing, and I think you're going to go very far. You have the drive for it, and I like your preparation that you have had for it, and your foresight, your skills today, and I am really hoping that we have a chance to do this again. I'm going to have you on my show as well. I'm really excited about this, and the opportunity to work with you, not only by doing this show, but in the future with other things. This is a lot of joy, because your focus is like mine, and that is bringing a smile to other people, or a good impression, something that changes them and leaving a lasting impression. And I really just, I'm delighted. I'm impressed by this whole thing. And so I hope that answers your question. I'm really, this has been a very, very positive experience.
No, absolutely.
I love it.
And my last question for you is, how can people follow you on social media? Are you on Twitter, Instagram, Stage 32?
Okay, I'm not on Stage 32, but I am all over the internet. So if you were to type in Rebecca L. Mahan, you're going to find me everywhere. I'm on Facebook, Twitter. I'm just kind of starting to do Instagram. So, but I'm on Pinterest. Oh my goodness. All over the place. But most importantly, you can find me at tlbtv.com. Click on Rebecca Sounds Reveille. That is the name of my show. If you scroll down to the very bottom of the page, you'll get a bio of me along with my email address. You can contact me directly there. I answer all of my emails personally. I do not have an assistant, so you will get me direct. And more than likely, if you were to reach out to me, I'm going to say I want to call you, because I want to hear your voice and I want to make contact with you. I don't like going back and forth. I want to know who you are. Like you, that smile means everything. And that means everything for me to pick up and connect with someone.
No, absolutely. I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But wrapping up, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to part 2 and working with you down the road.
Thank you so much for having me.